Yeah, I'm Jim Radcliffe, and my company is Safeway Advisors. I'm here partnering with All New International. We're here to benefit you, help you with your business endeavors. Another thing I learned about franchising is it's in most franchises, it's very important to consider timing. When I bought into Precision Tune, I found out after I bought into it that the company had recently been sold. So the founder of the company was no longer there. He had sold it to bankers. And bankers don't know very much about cars. So my experience was that they weren't very helpful to me being in the car business, even so I was paying for their assistance in the car business. It's a natural evolution. When you start as a franchisor, you're a young person, maybe in your 30s or your 40s. You start the business and you start selling franchises. Well, during those years, as you're building the business, the franchisees, the people buying the franchises, are making you rich. Therefore, you love them. But when you get a little older and you have a number of franchises operating and the business has a value, you now want to retire and go to the beach. Well, so you need to find a buyer. And buyers aren't necessarily good for the franchise. A lot of times they're investors who don't really know about the business. They have guys with master's degrees that do charts and graphs and tell them what the future will be like, but it has nothing to do with what's going to happen. And the bankers, I believe, end up hating the franchisees because the franchisees don't perform according to what their predictions were. And the bankers always have to buy in a leveraged buyout, so they have big debt and debt servicing and all kinds of expenses. And if the franchisees don't hold up their end and have all these big sales, the bankers can get in trouble. So it doesn't become a good deal for them. You know, it's important to know if you get involved with somebody at the beginning of a franchise, their franchise ownership career, I think it's a better thing because you always have a relationship with the owner and there aren't going to be any dramatic changes. An example of dramatic change was Tom Carvel. When he built his business, you know, he had great relationships with his franchisees, and one of the major reasons why was they were all making a lot of money. When he sold the business, the investors came in and decided that they were smarter than Tom had been, so they were going to make changes. And what the changes they made were that they decided they'd take ice cream cakes, the highest dollar value product sold in the franchise stores, and put it in grocery stores. So now the grocery stores are competing with the guys with the ice cream shop. And the grocery stores can offer it at a lower price. And it's more convenient. So all of the franchisees started to lose money. I know a lot of guys that were making $100,000 a year when they were working under Tom and ended up in bankruptcy after Tom. It broke his heart, in fact. He was very upset about it. He said it was, in fact, the biggest mistake of his life. And I knew Tom Carvel because his office was right down the street from the global headquarters of Precision Valve, where I worked for 26 years. So he was an occasional visitor down there, and we'd see him, you know, visiting my boss. So the cycle of when you buy into a franchise is important. I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. More so, I hope it's of some value to you and will help you to be successful in whatever endeavor you plan to undertake. If you have any questions for me or you'd like to get in touch with me, you can leave a comment and you'll be able to do that. I'll be able to find you. You can like us, you can share the video or comment your feedback. If you have questions, we'd love to answer them. Feedback will help us to help others. Take advantage of our experience, save yourself a lot of money, and have a great life.